And we've been joined by Temple head coach Matt Rhule. As we said, the Owls 0-2 overall, 0-1 in the American. Last week, Temple opened their conference season against Houston. Houston won the game 22-13. This week, Temple back in action against Fordham at Lincoln Financial Field. That will be a 1 p.m. start on ESPN3. Coach, thanks for joining us on the call this week. If you could take a minute to tie up the game against Houston, and then tell us what you're looking forward to back at home again against Fordham on Saturday, please.
Yeah, we're obviously excited to play at home again. Looking for our first win. You know, we've played two really good teams. I think two really hard-fought games. This past game, our defense, was able to keep Houston out of the end zone for 58 minutes and really gave our offense and our team a chance to win. We weren't able to do that. So now as we kind of move forward, we just have to find a way to get our first win this week and just continue to improve. I think our team is playing well, buying into what we're doing. I think our team sees progress, but obviously we need a win to accentuate the improvement that we're making. So, we're facing a good Fordham team, a team that beat a ranked Villanova team last week, and obviously we have a lot of respect for the level of football that Villanova plays. So, there's some players on Fordham that we know pretty well. Carlton Coons from across the river, Michael Niebrick, the quarterback, who we recruited here before he went to Connecticut and then transferred to Fordham. So they have some really good players that are coming off a big win, so it'll be a challenge for us as we search for our first win this week.
Take questions for Coach Matt Rhule, please. Hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue, and then the operator will introduce you. And we can go ahead with questions, please.
We have a question from Nick Menta, Comcast Sportsnet.
Hey, Matt, how are you? Hey, Nick, what's going on with?
Once you decided to take Jim out of the game, you obviously put Paul Layton in, and I was wondering what went into that decision, and maybe why not Nick Visco, who had been battling it out with Jim throughout the training camp.
I think I think I answered that after the game. I just we had the ball free kick. Felt like Paul was probably the most accurate inside the 15. In practice, and he's just maybe a more seasoned veteran guy. Nick has been really good with some long field goals. I think had either one of the games come down to like a 45 or 50 yarder, we probably would have put Nick in there to give it a shot because he doesn't have the greatest of trajectory all the time. He does have some accuracy and some distance from further away. So as we get into this week, we'll might give Nick a shot. We competed yesterday. Those guys competed in kicking in practice, and we're trying to see who can handle the moment and who can get into the game and handle the scenario, the situation the best. Because one thing I said to Jim is he missed he missed one extra point his freshman year. He missed one extra point his senior year. So this isn't a question of ability for him. It's a question of confidence and just getting up there and kicking it. So whether it's Coop or Nick, once the first one goes through, those young guys are going to be fine because I know they can do it. I've seen them do it. They just have to. They're just going to have it happen. Nick hasn't had a shot yet. Jim's had a couple opportunities. Once his first one goes through, Jim Cooper is going to be just fine and be a tremendous kicker for us. But we'll continue to compete it this week and see who gets the first opportunity on Saturday.
Just on the injury front, how's Connor holding up?
Yeah, I don't know if Connor will play this week. That'll probably end up being a game time decision. He went back into that game because he's a competitor. But it'll be interesting to see how well he heals up during this week. And so we're moving forward as a staff, hoping that he's ready to go, and if not, knowing that Clinton Granger and P.J. Walker are ready to step in and play quarterback.
Will that affect the number of reps in practice this week as opposed to who's getting one?
I don't think Connor will practice very much early in the week. I think it'll be Clinton and P.J. And then if Connor's able to go later in the week, we'll get him in. But right now I think he's a little bit sore and banged up and probably won't be able to practice.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
We have other questions for Coach Rhule, please. Coach, looks like we're letting you off easy this week. Thanks so much for joining us this week. We'll look forward to talking to you next Monday.
Thanks, Dan.
That's Temple coach Matt Rhule. The Owls taking on Fordham at Lincoln Financial Field this Saturday will be a 1 p.m. start on ESPN3.